Hi, New Life Church. My name is Chad.
Hi, I'm Kindall.
And we are your campus pastors in Saline County. And we are honored to be able to bring this Devo to you starting off the new year 2023 and just talking about vision. Like, how do we find vision for maybe ourselves, for our marriage, maybe our family? And so we're excited to be able to dive into this topic today. And Kindall has a verse that she'd like to share with you when we're talking about vision that I pray just encourages you and it helps us all move into 2023 with a lot of confidence and a lot of courage. So check this out.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite verses. It's just comforting, and especially thinking about the new year starting, I feel like it's really relevant to that. This is the Message version. It's Jeremiah 33:3. It says, "Call to me and I will answer you. I will tell you marvelous and wondrous things that you could never figure out on your own." And that's so comforting to me because when I'm thinking about the new year, sometimes there can be a lot of worry about what you don't know. What's out there that we don't know? What can we anticipate? What if there's bad things that happen? What if we don't have all the answers? And this verse reminds me that I don't have to have all the answers because I've put my trust in the one who does know it all. And he's going to tell me the marvelous and wondrous things, or in another version it says the unsearchable things that I don't know. He's going to show me those things as I need them. And I trust that because I've put my faith in him. And so it's really comforting.
So there's this statement that I wrote down that I really believe really ties into that particular passage of scripture. And it's basically this: I can't tell you exactly what your vision needs to be, but only God can do that. And so I want to give you just some quick tips that I believe the Lord is wanting to help all of us in, that where we can find this vision that God is asking for us to have. Really, it's about him and what he's wanting to accomplish and do in us and through us. But here's a few things. Seek God. That's where it starts. Yeah. We can't find it anywhere else. We can't find it in self-help books. We can't even Google it, y'all, which is a problem. But we can go to him. So if we seek God, he's going to want to give us those things that we need to know from him specifically. Even Jeremiah 33:3, Kindall just read it to us. And so be encouraged with that. He wants to share those things. And then hear from God. How many of you know there's a difference between hearing and listening?
Yeah.
Like hearing, you can hear people talk, but are you really taking it in? Listening is that seeking to understand where the other person is coming from. And the Lord is asking us, listen from him. Listen to what he's asking and what he's wanting to give to you. Because when you're able to take that in, you're able to receive his vision. His vision is the one that has purpose. His vision is what brings life change, not only to us, but to the people around us. And so we have to receive his vision. He can put it out there for us, but if we never do take it, or we ignore it because maybe we feel like it's too big for us, which, by the way, be encouraged by that. If it feels too big, realize and know that that really is God's vision. It's not something that we can accomplish without him. Yeah. So take that in, receive that, and then let it overwhelm you. Overwhelm you in a good way, where it brings you to this place where it consumes you or even burdens you. Burdens you not in a heavy way, but in a way that it compels you to want to do something about it.
Where it's in your bones.
Exactly. You can't ignore it.
Yeah.
It's something that you can't ignore. It leads you to the action that God is calling you to, or the vision that he's giving you. This is really big for us, in terms of our marriage, but also how we can get vision for our kids. Yeah. Will you just share with some of them how we can get that, or how we do that in our own home?
Well, we have a couple of practical things that we've kind of made a tradition now that I do every year with our three boys, and for us too. Our oldest son, Kai, is about to turn 13. And I think I've done this with him since he was about 5 years old, but I always buy a new planner every year. And, I keep up with my calendar in that usually, but at an even bigger level, it always has that notes section, in the front or the back. And in that section, I always sit down with each of my boys and just have a little one-on-one talk about what has been great about this past year. What do you want to accomplish in the new year? Let's pray together and ask the Lord to tell you some things that he'd like for you to grow in or to accomplish this next year. And so we just have a little one-on-one time talking about what goals do you have for yourself. And it's funny to look back because I have all these planners from all these past years, and to see how Kai in particular, how when he was 5 years old, he probably said something like, I want to learn how to tie my shoes this year. But over the years, how he's grown. And I know last year, one of his goals was he talked about how, we always do a family Devo together. But last year he said, I really want to take ownership and be in the Word every day on my own, driving myself to do that. And so it was a practical goal, but it was something that helped him to grow spiritually. And he felt like the Lord, really blessed him and led him in that. And so it's neat to see how they grow over the years. But these goals can be something to help them grow spiritually. It can even be practical goals, just something that they want. It might be that they want to make straight A's in school. But it's a list of goals that you talk about, they think about it, it's present in their mind. And I do that with each of my boys. And you can do that even with the youngest child. And it's just so cute to hear some of the things that they say when they start thinking about, the little goals and how they want to grow even as a little one. But I do it for myself also. And as we're talking about these goals, we always pray to the Lord to bless that list, to help them with that list, for Him to be the leader of that list. So as they start the new year, they can start with confidence in knowing that the Lord is leading the way. And even asking the Lord to add things into their heart to put on that list, things that the Lord wants for them. And we always take a time to thank the Lord for how He helped them accomplish the things from their list the previous year. We always talk about that too. And I do a list for myself and keep it in this planner. We have it all written out so I can refer to it from time to time throughout the year. And we take all that, and then I always write out a family prayer in the front of that planner. And you could do this anywhere. It doesn't have to be in a planner, but I write this family prayer. And we were talking earlier that, sometimes people like to have a word for the year, and I don't always have a word for the year for myself, but the last couple of years I feel like the Lord has given me a word, and it has emerged from my time of writing out this prayer for our family. And as I've written it out, it's almost like kind of a theme has emerged, and the Lord just really spoke to my heart, a word for us, for our family. And it was a real blessing to have that.
So essentially what you're saying is in that prayer that you were writing out, it really became the vision that we had going into that particular year.
Yes, that's exactly what it became. It's a prayer where you are intentionally giving your year to the Lord, and in return He's blessing you with letting you know that this is the vision that He has for you, and that no matter what it is that you accomplish on that list or don't accomplish on that list, He is leading the way. And there's just such comfort in that, because, to refer back to that verse in Jeremiah, there are things that we do not know, but He shows us those things. And as you go throughout the year, He grows you and develops you and helps you accomplish those things. And there's so much confidence and comfort in that place.
Yeah. So as you're praying this, whether, again, you're a single person, maybe you're married or family, and you begin to pray these things out loud or over your spouse or even over your family, the vision begins to take hold. It begins to start coming to life, where that's where we start communicating the vision, and then watch the vision spread. Not only just seeing it come alive in your own life, but how it comes alive in your family. So take a hold of that prayer, Tom. It's encouraging. Hold on to that. And when we do, there's a promise that I want to read to us in Psalm 128, 1-2, that the Lord gives us when we take a hold of it. And it says this: blessed are all who fear the Lord, like who have this awe, this respect, this honor, who seek Him first and not go somewhere else for vision. Blessed are all who fear the Lord, who walk in obedience to Him, so who carry out this vision. You will eat the fruit of your labor, verse 2, and blessings and prosperity will be yours. So this is a promise that we can carry into 2023 in terms of how do we get vision for ourselves, maybe with our spouse or our family. This is how we do it, and I'm excited to see what God is going to be able to accomplish and do in us and through us in 2023. God bless you. You guys have a great rest of your week.
Yes.
We'll see you later.